Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life challenges? Do you seek a way to find calm amidst the chaos? Imagine a philosophy that has stood the test of time for over 2 millennia, offering a profound insights and practical tools to lead a life of tranquility and strength. This is Stoicism. Stoicism is more than just a philosophy. It's a way of life that teaches us how to navigate the ups and downs of existence with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Today, we colloquially use the word Stoic to mean someone who remains calm under pressure and avoids emotional extremes. But while this captures an important aspect of Stoicism, the original philosophy was more than just an attitude. The Stoics believed that everything around us operates according to a web of cause and effect, resulting in a rational structure of the universe, which they called logos. And while we may not always have control over the events affecting us, we can have control over how we approach things. Rather than imagining an ideal society, the Stoic tries to deal with the world as it is, while pursuing self-improvement through four cardinal virtues. Practical wisdom, the ability to navigate complex situations in a logical, informed, and calm manner. Temperance, the exercise of self-restraint and moderation in all aspects of life. Justice, treating others with fairness even when they have done wrong. And courage, not just in an extraordinary circumstances, but facing daily challenges with clarity and integrity. Seneca once wrote, "Learning to live with less will create space in your life for the things that truly matter to you. Instead, we must place our happiness on our intrinsic value as humans and on nothing we have or can physically acquire. We must choose to do our best to keep a cool head regardless of what life throws at us, because regardless of what it is we want at the end of the day, we don't have any control over the majority of things that happens to us, but we do have all the control over how we react to those things. That is the dichotomy of control. The most important principle in the Stoic philosophy, Stoics teaches that we must learn to separate what we can control from the things we cannot control. We need to determine our value not from things we cannot control, but from the things we can. But breaking down when those things don't go your way is, in a Stoic point of view, useless. Nelson Mandela was one of the most famous African leaders in the world. During his fight against the apartheid, he was sentenced to a life imprisonment and spent 27 years before being released. Upon his release, Mandela was elected president of South Africa. Many expected him to seek retribution against those involved in the apartheid or his imprisonment, but he did not. While in prison, Mandela studied the works of Marcus Aurelius and embraced the core values of Stoicism, which he practiced throughout his life. Instead of seeking vengeance, Mandela encouraged his people to seek the opposite, to relax and rebuild. He emphasized that the past was beyond their control and that the only way forward is to rebuild a better nation. This approach reflected the principles of Stoicism. In modern-day medicine, Stoicism at the core of procedures like rational emotive behavioral therapy and logotherapy (REBT) helps patients to identify negative thoughts patterns that might be causing the emotional and behavioral issues. It allows you to challenge the reasoning behind all these negative thoughts with logic. And when you realize that many of them are unfounded, you can then replace them with more productive and healthier beliefs. Logotherapy, on the other hand, is based on the Stoic principle that humans are driven by purpose. Even in the darkest of situations, we can fill our lives with meaning and happiness by simply finding out what that purpose is, as many of us know, though it's easier said than done. Yet, it's a process, much like everything else. We have to rewire the way we think to derive value from the things we can control and lead to a much happier and more fulfilling life.